We've all got this incredibly complex network of pipes running through our homes, hidden just out of sight. But honestly, most of us never give it a second thought. Well, today, we're going to pull back the drywall and take a peek into the secret world of your home's plumbing.
I mean, you know the sounds I'm talking about, right? That constant drip, drip, drip that seems to get louder in the middle of the night. Or that weird gurgling noise the toilet makes long after you've flushed. It is so easy to just ignore those things, write them off. But what if they're actually trying to tell you something important?
Because here's the thing. Those little sounds, they're basically messages. They're clues sent from that massive hidden world inside your walls. And learning how to read them, well, that can be the difference between a quick, simple fix and an absolute catastrophe. All right, so let's start right there with those clues. The symptoms. These are the early warning signs that first grab our attention and hint that something bigger might be going on underneath the surface. And just think about how common these are. A sink that's draining just a little too slow, a funny smell coming from the drain, or maybe you get your water bill and it's suddenly way higher than usual. Maybe you even hear strange noises like banging or knocking coming from the pipes. Every single one of these is a piece of data. It's a message about the health of your whole system. So, to really understand what these symptoms mean, I have to zoom out. We've got to stop looking at just the one dripping faucet and instead look at the entire hidden network it's connected to. Let's just trace the journey for a second. Okay, so water comes into your home from the main city supply line. Right away, it splits. Some cold water goes straight to your fixtures while the rest gets diverted to your water heater. Then, that hot and cold water gets sent out everywhere, to every sink, every shower, your dishwasher, your washing machine. And once you've used it, the wastewater has to get out, so it goes through this whole other complex system of drains and vents, and finally leaves your house to go to the city's sewer. It's one big, continuous loop. And that brings us to the most important point here. It is all connected. Seriously, think of it like the circulatory system for your house. A pressure problem way out at the main line can actually end up wrecking your dishwasher. A clog that's deep down in your sewer line can cause a disgusting backup in your basement shower. It's one single system. So if it's all one big system, what's the biggest threat to it? You'd think it'd be something inside the house, right? Well, a lot of the time, the real enemy isn't inside your home at all. It's actually outside, in the environment itself. To really see what I mean, let's zoom in on a case study from our source material, a place called Johns Creek, Georgia. The challenges that homeowners face there are a perfect example of how local environmental factors can wage a silent war on your plumbing. First up, let's talk about the very ground your house is built on. In a lot of places, like Johns Creek, you've got this expansive red clay soil. Now, unlike nice, stable soil, this clay acts like a giant sponge. It swells up like crazy when it gets wet, and then it shrinks way down when it's dry. All that movement puts a massive amount of stress on the pipes buried underground, literally squeezing them and pulling them apart at the joints. And the soil, that's just one part of a triple threat. You've also got hard water, which is just packed with minerals that build up inside your pipes and appliances, causing corrosion and clogs. And then, and this is a big one, you've got the water pressure coming from the city itself, which is often way too high for a home system, causing everything from your toilet to your water heater to fail way sooner than it should. Get this, the city is delivering water to homes at 70, sometimes even 90 psi. But your home's plumbing, your faucets, your appliances, all of it is designed to work best at or below 60 psi. That extra pressure is like driving your car with the engine constantly in the red zone, all day, every day. It creates nonstop stress and just shreds the lifespan of every single component. Okay, so now let's connect the dots. Let's see how these invisible environmental forces can take a tiny, innocent little symptom and turn it into a complete household disaster. It all starts with something you probably wouldn't even notice at first. A sink or a shower that just takes a little bit longer to drain than it used to. You might ignore it, or maybe you pour some chemical cleaner down there and figure problem solved. But what's actually going on deep underground? Well, that expansive clay soil we talked about has been shifting and moving, and it's created a tiny little gap in a sewer pipe joint. Tree roots, which are always looking for water, sound that gap, and now they're growing inside the pipe, creating a blockage that's just getting worse and worse every single day. And then it happens. The crisis hits. The root blockage becomes total, and now everything you flush or send down a drain has nowhere to go but back up into your house. And it always seems to happen at the worst possible time, right? Like on a holiday weekend when you've got a house full of people.
That simple, slow drain has just escalated into a damaging, unhealthy, and really expensive emergency.
So, when you're in the middle of a crisis, or even better, trying to prevent one, what should you expect from a true professional? Let's take a look at the playbook for a real, trustworthy solution. A quality service process should be crystal clear. It always starts with a really thorough diagnosis to find the root cause, not just patch up the symptom. Then, you should get clear options and a firm quote. It's only after you say yes that the work actually begins. And after the repair, there should be rigorous testing to make absolutely sure the problem is solved for good.
Now, this is a big one. One of the clearest signs of a reputable pro is upfront pricing. No surprises, no vague hourly rates that can balloon. You should know exactly what you are paying, down to the penny, before any work starts. That kind of transparency is really the foundation of trust. And finally, you have to look for a solid guarantee. A lot of places might offer you 90 days or so, but a true professional who really stands behind their work is going to offer a much longer warranty. According to our source, a 2-year guarantee on both the parts and the labor, that's the benchmark. That's your peace of mind that this fix is actually built to last. So after all of this, the question isn't really about plumbing in general anymore. It's about your plumbing. That slow drain you've been ignoring, that weird gurgling sound, that water bell that's creeping up, they are not just minor annoyances. They are messages from that hidden world inside your walls. And the only question left is, are you listening?